Japanese Foreign Minister Toshimitsu Motegi met Yemen's Presidential Leadership Council Chairman Rajat Al-Alimi in Riyadh on Tuesday. The meeting took place during Motegi's visit to Saudi Arabia and Oman, which focused on de-escalating regional tensions and securing free navigation through the Strait of Hormuz and Bab al-Mandeb Strait. Motegi highlighted Yemen's strategic importance for regional and global stability, condemned Houthi attacks on shipping, and reaffirmed Japan's support for the Yemeni government. Both sides agreed to deepen cooperation on maritime security, development, and Japan's free and open Indo-Pacific vision amid ongoing threats to Red Sea shipping. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese met with his Thai counterpart Anutin Charnvirakul earlier today. The two leaders agreed to strengthen cooperation between Australia and Thailand across trade, law enforcement, defence and innovation. A joint statement on deepening economic engagement was also agreed upon, while Australia reaffirmed its support for Thailand's accession to the OECD. The leaders issued an additional joint statement on transnational crime, committing law enforcement agencies to closer collaboration against sophisticated global networks. Albanese and Charnvirakul also agreed to establish a biannual defence ministers meeting to further deepen defence ties.
Today we discuss how we can make an even stronger contribution to a peaceful, stable and prosperous region. To do so, we'll work more closely across a range of areas. One is combating transnational crime. Through our close partnership, the Australian Federal Police and Royal Thai Police already work side by side to intercept narcotics, dismantle scam syndicates and bolster regional responses to transnational crime. Today we undertake to expand on decades of work between our countries by committing law enforcement agencies to strengthen operational cooperation to disrupt increasingly sophisticated global criminal networks. This undertaking is reflected in a new joint statement on transnational crime. I am also pleased we agreed to elevate our defence relationship by committing to a biannual Defence Ministers meeting, an important evolution of our long-standing defence cooperation.
Today, Prime Minister Albanese and I had a very productive meeting focusing on 4 key areas of mutual interest. First is political and security cooperation. We agreed to strengthen our joint response to traditional and emerging security challenges, particularly transnational crime, and to advance our cooperation through existing and future security frameworks. Second, economic, trade and innovation cooperation. We recognize the impact of current geopolitical and geoeconomic dynamics on the global economy and emphasize the importance of deeper economic engagement to strengthen our shared resilience and prosperity. Third, culture and people-to-people links. We are committed to equipping our people with future-ready skills through education, innovation, and capacity building. Fourth, regional and multilateral cooperation. We reaffirmed our commitment to working together through regional frameworks and recognize Australia's important role in ASEAN, ACMEX, and the Mekong-Australia Partnership, among others.
Colombian President Abelardo de la Espriella has delivered the Libro de la Verdad, a report documenting alleged irregularities from the previous Petro government. On National Anti-Corruption Day, he handed the roughly 135-page document, compiled during the presidential transition, to the Prosecutor General, Attorney General, and Comptroller. It details approximately 82 cases of potential mismanagement across key sectors. De la Espriella said the findings fulfill a campaign promise and should be investigated by independent authorities, with no impunity.
I want every peso to be traceable from the very moment it leaves the treasury until the instant it fulfills the purpose for which it was intended. Technology should help us detect anomalies, cost overruns, suspicious contracting, and improper concentrations. Follow the suppliers that appear over and over again in the different departments of the state, and be attentive to any sign that could provide an early warning of a possible act of corruption. Let us not wait until the damage is done. Corruption must be fought before, during, and after by preventing it, monitoring the use of resources, and handing over any irregularities that appear to the justice system. A corrupt person may seize a figure written in a budget, but behind that figure, there is always a community bearing the consequences. Stealing from the state is stealing from the citizen. In the spirit of Montesquieu's laws, there a warning is issued that remains as relevant today as ever. The corruption of every government almost always begins with the corruption of its principles.
For more on the latest global developments, stay tuned to our Love World Network channels.